Yes, I just saw the live eyewitness report of someone who was in Ibom Air with Comfort. Live as an eyewitness. In fact, the man's receipt, he was sitting very close to Comfort. He can see her, not those in front who did not understand what was happening. And the man told his entire story. I'll be attaching it on the YouTube. But first of all, there is a quick one I want to ask. Now, if you have any problem with Verydarkman, take it out with Verydarkman. No. I don't get problem with them. No. So the fact that you are quarreling with Verydarkman does not mean that me too will quarrel with you, Verydarkman. Do I agree with everything VDM says? Absolutely not. Take for instance this video we just do now. We go Ibom Air. We go on top of plane, right? In the go somewhere. And he comes, they say, if you please follow flight attendant to this and that. For me, it is absolutely not necessary. Yeah. But is he entitled to it? Yes. It is his opinion. It is his luck. He has every right to speak up, for God's sake. He is a citizen just like you. So I don't understand how you people feel so offended whenever Verydarkman makes a comment. You want him to be in your head or be in your mind so that when you say something, he go repeat them or he go read your mind, can't talk him. It can't happen that way. It can't happen that way. Even you and your husband with the house. It's not everything you want your husband to say and your husband they talk. Sometimes when you deal with visitors, you go expect your husband to react some certain way. Your husband will just do the one way, like, you know, it's not possible. So I wonder how you guys expect VDM to replicate or VDM don't become AI. This video he did today, you know, I don't really, for me, I don't see any necessity in that because it can't be like, say, you they talk to the girl when they involved, but then it is not necessary. But can any other person do it? It is their business. Can VDM do it? It is his business. Now, is your way they say, she no say she they support VDM before. She been there that camp before, but she know they the camp again because she don't see VDM now as a content creator where they doing content, they make money from them, you know, consign them, you know, they support any content creator. Well, I have not seen any content creator that does what VDM is doing. So maybe if she don't see, she fit tell me, so I'll go feel list them because I have not seen any single content creator that has done what VDM is doing. Now, the fact say fella, they pass in music. They pass message to the government through music. Doesn't make him every regular musician. He's not your regular musician. Do you guys get my point? He's not your regular musician. And someone was still saying, what is the morals that VDM is teaching us? Why did this come and say the girl Bobby don't open for the whole world now? What is the morals behind it? What is the morals you learned from fella? Because you are always playing fella's music. For your page, you are always playing fella's music. So what is the morals you learned from fella? Fella was always wearing pants. He was always wearing pants. He go there for stage, they sing. All the girls singing with him were always indecently dressed. They go dress, he was always smoking, he was drinking. What was the morals you learned from fella that made him a hero to you, that you are playing his music? So I mustn't learn morals from VDM. You must not learn everything from him. But is he doing a good job? Absolutely. Is he doing great? Perfectly. Is he coming up? Is a young man? Is he doing everything I think he should do? Definitely not. But when I was his age, there were some things I was also doing that, you know, some things come with age. Some things come with, you know, now in age, now in time. Let him have his fun. You can't live your life. You can't bring a boring life to him to live. He's living his life to the fullest. Lending his voice where it is needed. So until I'm able to see another content creator that is doing exactly what VDM is doing, I can now accept that VDM is a content creator. But until then, honey, I've not seen. I've not seen. So that is one. Now let's move to Ibom hairline girl. The person that was in the plane. In fact, he said the first person that was there, the first air hostess that came to the girl said she cannot off it. She cannot off the phone. That the switch is having problem. He now told her, no, you don't need to use this one. Just press like this, press like this. That was the air hostess was trying to talk to the girl. So the girl was also trying to convince the air hostess that she cannot off the pin. So, and he said the first air hostess was very, very professional. Now, when you say the first air hostess was very professional, for the second air hostess to come and intervene, it means that there was something. There was an altercation. What do you call that? There was an argument. According to the man, he still said even people on the plane were shouting on the girl. Say off the plane now, don't do something to endanger our lives. Everybody on the plane was shouting. This is an eyewitness. This is his ticket. This is his ticket. Now, where I blame the air hostess Where I blame the air hostess, you guys had not taken off when this whole thing started. You would have just told her to calm down. Yeah, if she refused offering it, up to the extent she was telling you she cannot spell, you should spell for her, and you were spelling for her. The first air hostess was very quiet, but then you should have asked her to calm down. There was no point carrying her along and then getting to the place of landing, and then you now start quarreling with her. No. And then, I'm going to play the video. Yes, I want you guys to listen. This man faulted everybody. He faulted the airline for not being professional. And see, if the video of the girl's breast opening, if the video of that Bobby no come out, the girl would have been 100% at fault. Yes, because even if the air hostess was shouting at you, the air hostess did not lay hands on you, not the one that we saw on camera. And from the eyewitnesses, air hostess did not lay hands on you. She did not lay hands on you. She was only blocking that you must wait. So since you were stubborn, you were this. And besides, how many of you have had arguments with your mom and you slap her? How many of you have had arguments with your elder sisters and you slap them? So it was very wrong. That girl can be in her 20s. That woman obviously look above 45. That air hostess looks above 45. So as much as I will blame the air hostess, the girl also has a fault. Yes. So in this case, right, if VDM is saying something and you don't like it, you mustn't go well with everything VDM says. I have never seen where people go well 100%, accept everything everybody says. But it doesn't mean that I would undermine the effort that they have put in other things. And for Izzie, the way to say he's a content creator, he's a this, is a that. The iyaboojo, what is iyaboojo? Your queen mother. What is iyaboojo? Is she not doing content? Is she not making money from content? Did she post evidence for the things that they allege about Mohbad? So when you are pointing hands at somebody, the rest is also pointing at you, basically.
To her immediate left. So I was on the aisle seat to the left. She was on the aisle seat to the right. So my seat number was 14B. There was a gentleman to my left who was on 14A. So her own seat number should be either 14C or D. I think the window seat is 14D, while she was 14C on the aisle. So we're right next to each other, and it was a small plane. So I think the distance between us was no more than 2 feet. Yeah, so I heard everything. I saw all that transpired. And yes, she was triggered. Even though the lady, the air hostess, the second air hostess was speaking to her, and was directing all her instructions to her, just me sitting down there, I actually felt humiliated myself, just looking at the way the lady was being spoken to. To be fair, Ibom Air instructed very clearly. The first air hostess that came instructed very clearly, no airplane, switch off your phone. After takeoff, then you can put on and put flight mode. So it was very clear. The first air hostess addressed us on the emergency exit road protocols. After she did that, she spoke to Ms. M and said, please switch off your phone. She told her twice, and then this first air hostess left to continue her duties. The second air hostess, who is the one blocking exactly who is being shown now, that second air hostess now came towards us in the emergency exit and stood, even from her posture, see that she came for trouble. And Ms. Emerson had been fiddling with her phone. I noticed she was trying to do some stuff, I don't know. And so she told her again, switch off your phone, switch off your phone. And Ms. Emerson said clearly to her, I heard it. She said, please, the buttons on my phone for switch off are not working. They are not working, so I don't know how to switch it off. And the woman said, no, switch off your phone. So that back and forth went on. So at a point, the second air hostess said, look, you're even using an iPhone. So you don't need a button to switch it off. So the lady said, okay, I don't know how to do it. Can you do it for me? And she said, I'm not touching your phone. I'm not touching your phone. Just switch it off. She said, I don't know what to do. So the lady now said, okay, go to settings. And when you go to settings, go to general. So the girl was holding and said, see, please, I can't understand what you're saying. I can't read. I don't know what you're saying. It's saying where I should go to. The woman, the second air hostess now told her, I don't have time for your nonsense. Just switch it off. She said, okay. Mr. Martin now asked, can you spell the general? So the air hostess started actually saying G, okay, G, then E. So that was the point that the gentleman on my left and I said, come on, what's going on? Calm, don't speak to her like this. Let's, the second air hostess did not even acknowledge her. She didn't even to my side. So the gentleman to her right now took the phone and started trying to sort it out. So when that was going on, Ms. Emerson started talking to the second air hostess. I said, why are you embarrassing her like this? why? I mean, why? And then the air hostess told her, you better keep quiet now. If you say another word, I will deal with you. That was when Miss Emerson flared up and started cursing. I cannot say the things that she was actually saying because the language was very flowery and X-rated, I can't say. So that was when this second air hostess said, okay, you will see. And then she left and went towards the front of the airplane. She never came back. At least I don't recollect her coming back through the aisle throughout the flight. So that is exactly what transpired. So after that happened, the gentleman to the right switched off the phone or whatever it was he did. And a couple of passengers tried to say, switch off your phone, don't risk our lives, blah, blah, blah. And then we told them, no, that's not what happened. She never said she wasn't going to switch off her phone. She was trying to switch off her phone. She said she had issues switching it off. And so the passengers calmed down and we took off. So that is what happened. But it was clear, at least to us on the emergency exit row, it was clear that there was a problem here. It needed to be handled very well. Because this lady kept simmering throughout the flight. She was cussing. I could hear her because I was right next to her. She was really upset. She felt as if these people are just against me. And why? She said she bought this ticket with her own money. So why should they treat her like this? That's what she was saying, and that's what I'm hearing. And I can't tell you what the other thing she was saying because they were really nasty. But she wasn't directing to anyone, but she was just talking. So it was clear that she was angry. And the second air hostess, the aggressor, kept checking, kept peeping to see how things are going at our end throughout the flight. I noticed it. So the passenger by my side, as we're approaching landing, we're like, God help us, let's get out of this plane before anything happened. And we were saying it in jest, but we also knew that something was off. We're so worried that I discussed with him. I said, okay, when they were telling us to stow away and put everything ready for landing, the lady didn't even hear any of that. I told her, I said, we're landing, though. Switch off your phone, put it away. Then the second air hostess, the first air hostess, the very polite and amiable and professional one came, helped her to stow away, helped her take her purse, put it in the cabin on top, and was very professional. So all of that happened, and then the plane landed. Once the plane landed, the first air hostess, the professional one, came to the front and started disembarking by room. Just before it came to our turn, Ms. Emerson left and went back. And I presume she went to the toilet. I used the toilet myself, right? And I noticed that the only apartment at the back is the toilet. There isn't even an apartment, cabin crew and all of that like regular thing. It's just the toilet. That's the only. So that's why I presume she went to the toilet. So when it got to our turn to disembark, those of us on our road disembarked and we went out and totally forgot about the hooks part until the videos and all came. So that's what happened. This is what I heard. This is what I know happened. Issue of airplane mode